Yes.
Yeah, just wait. I mean, I'm recording it, so I'll send you the recording after this. Yeah, you can start.
So good evening, everyone. Today I'll be presenting on the topic verification of camera-based autonomous systems by Habib D'Souza, Rekha, Lodaya, and Prabhakar. So introduction. So these camera-based autonomous systems can be used to design self-driving cars, drones, etc. These enable disabled users or challenged users to access uh, what they cannot. I mean, driving capabilities. Also, it has economic benefits like delivery and automated machineries in factories and all. So, any autonomous driving system or this type of system uses infrared camera sensors, lidars, and other type of sensors, and then it feeds the input from these sensors to a neural network and controls the trajectories of the vehicle or any system using that. So the paper I'll be presenting. So these are some related works which the paper mentions. Uh, so these are the works. One of them is AirSim. It is a high fidelity visual physical simulation for autonomous vehicles. These all five works do not use verification at all. They use falsification techniques to do this. So there is one SBL simulator by LG, but it is now being discontinued. Uh, and then Deep Test, Deep Road, and SimEtap. All of these are like simulation and falsification uh, instruments, devices. Uh, Now, the paper also mentions two verification devices, papers, but these use mostly lidar sensors. This paper uses a camera-based approach. So the paper also there is one more paper which was mentioned in the paper list that was NN lander verification paper, which uses the same similar technique as in this paper, but in this paper we assume that the camera is fixed in the z direction, in the z axis, which implies that it cannot be rotated. But in that paper, the camera can be rotated, and it worked by. And in that paper, we were checking mostly the correctness of the neural networks. So the main result of this paper, the one I'll be discussing today, is algorithm one, uh, which is a simple algorithm they use to verify whether whether the trajectories which a neural network outputs is safe or not. Safe implies it doesn't the vehicle doesn't crash or anything. Algorithm two it solves the same problem, except it's efficient. It uses some sort of image abstraction technique to perform this task better. Also, there is algorithm three, which is a falsification. First two are verification algorithms. The third one is a falsification algorithm. It just checks the number of trajectories which are unsafe and it returns them. So the authors have implemented all three of these algorithms and other helper functions inside a tool called AirVerif. So we'll be starting with the preliminaries. So this is a pinhole camera.
Yeah, I
Uh,
have one question in the previous slide.
yes,
Uh, when you say, okay, the first two are verification methods, okay, in the
yes,
sense that they tell when they are done, say successful, it means
yes,
that it is safe.
yes,
Whereas
yes,
the third algorithm is just identifies
yes,
some false, I mean, some unsafe trajectories.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
The first two, if they fail, as a counter example, they give a false trajectory or they don't. The
They
first
don't.
one?
They don't.
They don't.
They
Oh,
just
okay.
return unsafe.
They just like proof
Yes.
thing. Either the proof is successful or not. So they
Yes.
don't give any counterexample, whereas the third one is specifically meant for check if there are unsafe
Counter.
trajectory or not.
Yes.
But if it is not able to find algorithmic, that doesn't mean it is safe. Correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, so the first two don't return a counterexample? Is it not the case that they'll, or maybe I'm getting it wrong. So in the first algorithm, at least, when you don't even have an abstract image, is it not the case that they'll backtrack along this tree of invariant regions and then
No, no, the first one doesn't uses invariant regions. The second one does. Uh, uh, no, 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 no. Oh, sorry. Both of them do. But the
right?
first one, I mean, both of them do not return any trajectory because they only
Okay.
return safe or unsafe. In the algorithm, it is, but we can always modify it, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, so
okay.
there's nothing fundamental in the algorithm preventing it from returning. It's just the way that they've
Yeah.
presented it is
Yes,
without
yes.
that return in the place.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Yeah. So, but the algorithm 3 is certainly not a complete method. Okay. It doesn't say if it cannot find any distinct unsafe trajectory, doesn't mean that it is
Yes, it is.
verified. Correct. Okay.
So this is this, and then preliminaries. So in traditional camera generation methods, there is one object, there is this aperture, and then there is this canvas, and the distance between the aperture and this canvas is called the focal length. Then the canvas, there's this width of the canvas, and then there's this height of the canvas. So this is the traditional image generation method in which is employed in digital computer graphics and other physical camera devices. So more on this. So the image which was generated in the canvas was inverted. This was inverted, this image. So in computer graphics, we need to invert that image such that it forms a proper image. Also, the units the authors mention is meters. Any distances will be mentioning the units of those distances will be meters. So now I define a camera model. A camera model is a tuple which includes the length of the focal length, the canvas width in meters, that is CW, canvas height in meters, that is CH, and then canvas width in pixels and canvas height in pixels, CWP and CWH respectively. Sorry, I made a typo here. CHP, sorry, CHP. Canvas height in pixels, canvas width in pixels. So we'll, for simplicity, set of assumption one, we'll be assuming that the canvas width and canvas height in pixels are even numbers. In this paper, they're assuming that those are 28 and 28. Also, we'll be assuming that all of them are positive numbers. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, both they give height and width. One gives it in meters, whereas the other one, the unit is number of pixels. Huh?
Yes, sir. No, yes, sir.
That's all.
Yes, sir. Yes. So also a three-dimensional scene is a 3D space which has like obstacles, and obstacles in those 3D scenes are set of triangles, set of polygons, specifically triangles. So this is the 3D scene, and the camera will be facing, the canvas will be facing this XY plane. It will be parallel to the XY plane. So now the 3D space and the camera space. So I define a 3D scene as a set of vertices, a function we call, and a set of triangles. So V is the set of points in the 3D space. V call is the function which maps those points to some color, some RGB color. And then there is a set of triangles that is a tuple of 3 vertices. So like I said, the scene consists of triangles of consists of triangles which are the obstacles which our vehicle will try to avoid. And now the camera space. So that was the normal world space, the environment in general. Now we'll define a camera space. The camera space is the space with the camera as the origin. So given camera position P equals to XP, YP, ZP, I can define a function which converts that to camera space. I mean, so this will convert X to this it with respect to the camera position, it will bring that to this position y2. But see, the thing is that in ZP we are inverting direction also. For example, if my point is somewhere here on the other side of on this side of Z axis, it will go to that side. For example, if my point is here, it will go there, something like that. So this is this. Now image generation. I'll be discussing image generation now. So image in the canvas is a CWP into CWH grid of pixels. And this is a function. The image is a function which maps this this pixels to some RGB color. I'll be explaining this later. So the viewing frustum, the viewing frustum is the area in the 3D scene which our camera can see. That is this pyramid, 3D pyramid shape. This is the only region in the 3D space which is visible to the camera. We are assuming that there is no near plane or far plane. That is, the camera can see infinitely as far as the environment goes. Now, in the camera space, the viewing frustum can be characterized by set of points satisfying this constraint in the camera space. So this has significant meaning because my canvas is in the is parallel to the XY plane, and the top left of that canvas is this is minus CW by 2L, and is this equals to CW by 2L. This I'll be deriving this. So this is the derivation for that. Derivation of equation 1. So this is here. Let a point XYZ be a point on the canvas at Z equals to L. So my canvas is there. So let the camera P equals to XP, YP,
So what's
ZP.
L again?
Sir, what?
What is L?
L is the focal length.
Okay.
So camera is the canvas is at a distance focal as so the camera is at the origin in the camera space, and this canvas is at a position L. Z where Z equals to L. So without loss of generality, by similarity of triangles, X dash by X equals to L by Z, and then X dash equals to LZ into X. So
what is the difference between X and X prime? I didn't understand. What are prime variables as opposed to unprimed? What is
prime variables are sir, wait, I cannot see my screen. X dash is the length of the I had to put a diagram here, sorry. So it is the point from origin to this where it sir, wait, I should have made a diagram. X dash is this thing, sir. X dash is how can it work?
no, I mean, there is nothing like a transition system where, I mean, if something is updated, X prime is the new value of X, or no, it's not like that.
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. X dash is the distance from camera to canvas, and then X is the distance from canvas to from camera to the point. See, sir, this point, and X prime and X dash is the distance from the origin to the canvas. If origin is here and the canvas is here, so X dash is this thing, and then X is the distance from origin to canvas to the point, so this thing.
So what is this implication saying? What
Sir,
is
it's sir, so by similarity of triangles, I should have drawn this, sir. Sorry, sir, I'll do this.
no, no, no,
So-
no, no. You had the picture earlier. Can you describe this equation? What it's
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So x dash is here. This thing is x dash.
What is X dash?
Sir, from this xp, yp, zp to this point, the point, this point, sir,
That's
this
the
point.
canvas. Okay.
Yes, at the canvas.
That's the distance from there to the canvas.
Yes.
And X is?
And x is, sir, the point. Sir, for example, if my point is somewhere here in this direction, somewhere here. Sir, can you see my mouse?
Yeah, I can.
So if my point is there, so it makes this angle with this origin. So my point should lie here in the canvas, right? If my point here, if my point in the 3D space is here, the picture the pixel should lie here. So this is the logic, sir. Something like this. So if my point is here, the projected pixel will be a projected pixel of that point in the canvas will be here. Hello.
I got it. Yeah.
So by similarity of triangles, this x divided by x dash equals to L by Z, where L by Z. Something like this, sir. If this is x, this by this divided by this. The similarity of triangles formula. So by that I get these constraints. I'll draw a picture here, sir, for in the future. So now we are coming to the rasterization step. So given a camera position xp, yp, zp, rasterization is the process of generating a raster image from it. So this paper describes the rasterization in 5 steps. So high level view of this process will be, we project the triangles. The 3D scene consists of triangles, so we'll project that onto the canvas and then we'll color them. Now, these are the another set of assumptions that the camera XP, YP, ZP has a fixed orientation, that it does not rotate in the negative Z of the world space. That is, in the previous step, I did convert my pixels to the pixels in world space to pixels in camera space. So if my pixels were here, I was pushing them to this side. So this is what this is. Also, I cannot rotate my camera. Orientation is the direction the camera is facing. And same, the camera doesn't rotate. Also, the camera cannot see any point P whose Z is less than ZP, which implies that if some point is behind my camera, I cannot see that point. So this is this. Now, rasterization step 1. In this step, the vertices are transformed to a left-handed camera system with origin at the position of camera P. That is, we are doing the same thing which we did given the 3D scene world in the world space. I'm converting that to the camera space. So why do we do this? Because this makes clipping easier. Clipping is the process where we cut off partially contained triangles and all. So that's clipping. And we skip triangles cannot be projected onto the canvas and all. That's clipping. So we use the same function W2CP, which I described in the previous slide, to do this. So let E1 be the resulting 3D scene from step 1. Now, in rasterization step 2, I'll eliminate the triangles from E1 that are completely outside the field of view of the camera. That is, they are outside the viewing frustum of that they are outside the viewing frustum. So I'll be using this equation 1 only. For example, if some point is in the camera frustum, it should lie within this range. Now, Also, we'll be checking if some triangle in E1 with each vertex vi equals to xi, yi, zi, and I belongs to 1 to 3 has a non-empty intersection with the viewing frustum by checking if there exists some point v equals to xyz, that is a convex combination of v0, v1, v2 satisfies the condition on E1. We are checking that if that triangle lies completely in the viewing frustum. So this thing. So for example, any convex combination of this thing of v0, v1, v2 lies in this convex hull of this triangle only. Am I making sense? Hello.
Yeah, so I think there is a lot of details being
There's a
happening
lot of
kind of
detail.
fast.
Yeah, I think if you can give there's this camera, okay?
Yes, sir.
What is there's some input to the camera, and then a camera. I mean, the input to the camera is some image or something like that. I mean, I imagine camera as okay, there is an image. When it clicks it, it produces some kind of a copy of the image, and that's the view of a camera that I have.
Yes, sir.
I was expecting that there'll be some input-output function. Is the behavior of the camera, how is it being captured is not clear to me. Okay, is it being captured as an input-output function, or
Sir, so the process I am describing is the process of how the image is being generated. For example, the camera is just a point, and I am given a 3D scene.
Yeah.
So I am now doing all these steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. I'll be doing all these to generate an image on the canvas.
Yeah. So there is a 3D scene.
Yes, sir.
And then that is and the scene is from the lens, there is some distance, etc. So
Yes,
that
sir.
is now being converted into camera captures it as
Yes,
a
sir.
image.
Yes, sir. Image at the canvas.
Generation. Okay. And
Yes,
that
sir.
is done via certain steps, is it?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And overall, that behavior is captured by, see, there's lots of definitions, but how they are all getting put together is not coming out very clearly. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In your thing. And then finally, you showed a formula that there exists something. Is that the condition that you check for correctness, or what is it?
So this equation, sir.
No. Finally, there was an existential quantifier.
Oh, yeah. So this is this only, sir. This thing, the equation when I wrote, I'm just writing it in logical sentences so that I can then uh, uh, put this in the Z3 solver. So this condition states that there exists some alpha naught, alpha 1, and alpha 2 such that this thing that is for example, if I'm given 3 points here, okay, so any convex combination of that is the convex hull of that triangle, which implies that any point that satisfy those 3 conditions will lie inside that triangle. So I am checking if there exists a convex combination of these all 3 such that there is this thing exists and says that that point lies inside this my viewing frustum.
No, the camera ensures this, or
Yes,
is
sir. This is the part of the camera,
supposed
sir.
to ensure it?
Yes, sir. This is the part of the camera. I'll be ensuring this. The camera is ensuring this, sir. Hello.
Okay.
So this is the part of the camera, and V is
All
X.
cap of the model. I mean, what are these steps? The camera.
Camera steps. The camera does these steps to generate an image at the canvas.
Yeah.
And then this is the step 2, where I am eliminating triangles which are completely outside this viewing spectrum. So I am only taking the triangles which satisfy this condition.
Okay.
Now, this thing, the convex combination of 3 points represents the convex hull of 3 points, which is the triangle on the plane. So I'm using this geometric property to satisfy this. So this thing returns all those triangles which are completely contained inside this 3D space, inside the viewing frustum. Okay, sir. Hello. Hello. So now we'll be doing the retriangulation step, which states that so in the previous step we handled the case where the triangles were completely inside this viewing frustum, this thing. So we are including that in our canvas, in our in the resulting 3D scene. So we are excluding everything which is outside that. So that 3D scene is called E2. After step 2, the resulting scene is called E2. We are removing every triangle which is completely outside this viewing frustum. And now what I'll be doing is I'll be tackling this partially contained triangles. For example, this thing. This triangle is partially contained in the viewing spectrum. So I'll be replacing this triangle with these two triangles. For example, if my triangle is V0, V1, V2, I'll be replacing these two with these 3 points, these two triangles. That is V01, V1, V02, and V1, V2, and V02. I'll be replacing this single triangle with these two triangles.
Yeah, the pink portion, the pink.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir,
there
yes.
is a little bit of the white portion which should be
Oh,
is missing.
no, sir, no, sir. That's just the image, sir. I mean, it's, to make it clear, they have done this, but the white portion is outside the frustum only, sir. So this line from this to this is only viewable from this frustum. This is the only line which intersects this line, the top plane of the frustum. The rest is, so these are the steps. Now, how to calculate these points V01 and V02? I'll be skipping because then it will be a lot of details, but this is very simple. What I'm doing is I'm finding a equation of this upper frustum plane, and then I am finding the equation of this line, and then I am
Wait a minute. Are you there?
I mean, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So
Somehow you went
I
silent
am
sometime.
yeah, sir. So I am finding the equation of this upper frustum and the equation of this line, and I am finding the points such that this thing, this I am then finding this V01 and V02. I'll be doing that, sir. Wait.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a good idea to interrupt you right now, but I think perhaps this may be too much details of the rendering process for a purpose of presentation.
Okay.
Um, what
So
I'd
what I can
suggest,
yes.
maybe what one can do is make a few simplifying assumptions and explain things at a higher level with respect to one diagram, right?
Okay,
So,
okay.
can you so you have this diagram of the camera frustum, right?
Yes.
So there you are showing the clipping of a triangle and retriangularization and so on.
Yeah. So okay.
Can you just have a version of this diagram where you have a triangle that is not clipping anything, right?
Yes, yes. So
And then you can just show the 3 points being projected onto the canvas,
okay,
and then the projection equation then from there becomes, I mean, clear. This whole idea of clipping and retriangularization you can sort of maybe abstract out for the purpose of presentation, because that might be too much detail.
so I'll be skipping details from now. So I replace this main triangle with these two triangles. So this was the retriangulation step. Now the so this is the complete part of the retriangulation step. For example, I am now trying to, for example, if my point is here, if my one point is here, I'm now trying to find a pixel here in the canvas so that I can project that onto that pixel in the canvas. So I'm finding a respective pixel in the canvas with respect to this point. So I do that using similarity of triangles only, and then using this formula, I get this. This is the point here. V naught dash is the point here. V naught is point here. V naught dash is point here, and this is the canvas. So this is this. Now we will be converting the vertices to pixels. For example, in the previous step, we got the respective pixel in the canvas with respect to all vertices in the 3D scene. So what I'll be doing is that I'll be uh, now converting these two pixels. So PW is this CW by CWP. That is width of one single pixel. Hello.
Yeah, go on, go on.
So this is the width of one single pixel in meters, and this is the height of one single pixel in meters. I'll be dividing uh, the x naught thing with this and y naught with this to get the pixels of that in my canvas. So this is how I convert vertices to pixels. So now consider the triangle, this triangle, V naught, V1, V2. So this point is where my point V naught was projected onto the canvas. So this is V naught's projection onto the canvas. This is V1's projection onto the canvas, and this is V2's projection onto the canvas. So I'll be taking the top left corner of those pixels, this, and I'll be creating a notional triangle. The notional triangle is a set of pixels in which this line, the line I constructed by taking the topmost point of each pixel. So this is the notional triangle, and I'll be coloring that. So this is how I color the canvas. Also, I'll also be keeping track of the depth of these original pixels, so that if if 2 points color the same pixel, I'll be taking the one with the lesser value of depth. So now I'll be coming to autonomous vehicle model. So a camera-based autonomous vehicle V of dimension KL is a tuple of form CNMT, where C is the camera we defined earlier, and is the neural network, which takes in a vector of size K and outputs a vector of size L. K is the dimension of this image. That is, if my image is of 28 into 28 pixels, then this value of K will be 28 into 28. That is 786 or something. And now there is one controller matrix of dimension 3L. So this neural networks outputs a vector of size of dimensions L. I'll convert that to a dimension of size 3 into 1 using this controller matrix. And there also exists one sampling period, one time unit. I'll be calling that as one sampling unit, as sampling period. Now, this is the autonomous vehicle model. Given a 3D scene, I do all those steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I generate an image. I feed that image to the neural network, and I get a controller M, the 3 into L. I get a vector of size L here. I'll be multiplying that to this controller M. I get a control input U that is of dimension 3 into 1, and I feed that to the vehicle. I'll be doing this soon, and I'll feed that to the vehicle. The vehicle will move by that position, and then I'll repeat this process again. So this is how this autonomous vehicle model works.
No, but what is the goal of this a loop? Eventually, what do you
Oh,
what
okay.
is it supposed to accomplish?
I mean, I haven't defined the problem yet, but what we are doing is that the vehicle should stop when it reaches a set target set of points. So when this the state of the vehicle, that is the location of the point, equals to some point in the target.
It has to reach from some initial
Yes,
position
yes,
to some goal position
yes, yes,
without actually hitting on obstacles and so on, I presume, right?
yes, 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 sir.
That is the goal.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. So
And this camera is a transformation from a 3D scene into an image. That's
yes,
a different representation, right?
yes,
And
yes, sir.
steps that you described.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
And then there is this neural network which predicts a vector, which predicts a direction for this from the image, and then which is of size, which is of dimension cell. So it outputs a vector of dimension cell. I multiply it by a controller, which is of dimensions 3 into L. I do M into the output of this neural network. I get a matrix vector of size 3, vector of dimensions 3, and then I apply a formula called I'll coming to those steps.
no. I want to understand the big picture. I'm wondering if putting this picture early on would be better to see what exactly it's going to
I agree. I agree. I also agree. I think that's one of the things that I was like noting. I mean, I think it would make much more sense to begin with the problem statement. I want to look at how you're talking about the problem statement. Then we
Yes,
can
yes,
say precisely, but maybe moving the slides around a bit and cutting some details will be necessary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because here, how is this exactly describes how the camera is fitting into the overall autonomous vehicle. And
yes,
each time the new position is being given to the camera,
yes,
right? So I presume it is the same. The 3D scene will be the same, but the vehicle, by virtue of the fact it has moved in the 3D scene, the camera sees will be different.
yes. I mean, the 3D scene will be same, but the camera position will change with every this step, with every control input step. So,
The 3D scene will be the same. Okay, that is
yes,
not changing. So, which means that, okay, the 3D scene gives the entire environment, okay?
yes, yes,
You are, and then the camera is going around, okay?
yes, yes,
Going around to achieve its thing, okay? And
yes.
I presume you will come to you will
Problem statement.
no, you'll be describing the controller, the vehicle, or no, that is something you're describing as well.
Sir, that's more. I'll be describing that in the last. That's like the
That is fine.
implementation.
That is fine. But I presume you'll be describing what it is that you want to prove about this autonomous.
Yes, sir, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
the problem statement.
Yeah.
That is the problem statement, okay?
Yes, sir.
You have slides for that? Okay.
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay, please show me that. Show us that. Okay, and then
So, sir, the problem statement was here. I'll shift it to to one slide back. So,
there was some transition, the state of the model. When you
yes,
say
sir.
state of the model, you
Yes, yes.
mean
It's the position of the
position
model.
controller outputs and the vehicle updates.
So like, go on. I mean, you can just maybe keep presenting. We'll just
I think we will get
take a
an
note.
idea and then we
Yeah.
will suggest some reorganization. Go ahead.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I take just like a 30-second break? I mean, a minute, huh?
Okay, sir.
I'll go get some tea to drink, okay? Yeah.
Slides so far look good. I mean, I think all the details is actually
Yeah.
like all the equations and all presented quite nicely. But it will be very difficult to present it in 1 hour, I think.
Yes. Also, I think I'm doing a bad job explaining stuff.
You see, I mean, the thing is, it's difficult to explain. I mean, the what would really help is a lot of diagrams. Like, I mean,
Yes,
don't
yes.
even have. I mean, if you really want to get the idea through, right? See,
Yes, yes.
there is really no substitute for if a person wants to understand. There is really no substitute for one to just sit and work through the equations oneself, right?
Yes, yes.
And you can't really just sit and do that in the presentation. But what you can do is you can give a diagram, and that will give some people some geometric intuition, and they might, be happy enough with that they're willing to believe you for the time being,
Yes,
and
yes.
later on they can look at the equations, right? So I think that is how maybe we need to be done.
Yes, sir.
I sorry I couldn't meet you on Friday. I fell a bit sick and
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm back. You can go ahead.
So I defined the state of the model as zeta t corresponding to the 3D position of the vehicle at time t. So at time t, my vehicle's position or my state of the model will be this zeta t. And time and t is a multiple of the sample period, which I told earlier, that is tau. Now,
So what does
Yes,
the
sir.
state comprise? Initial
Sir, what?
state position, controller outputs,
Yes, sir.
and vehicle updates.
so if I understand correctly, the state is just the position, right? What the bullet
Yes,
points
yes.
that you have
Yeah.
below is something else.
Yeah. I mean, they give the overall picture how I will be using this state of the model.
Right. So the state, there is no other in state than just the position.
Yes. This is just the position.
Yeah, but it sometimes says controller outputs here.
Yes, sir. The
Transform
control.
outputs. Okay, but is that part of the state or no?
No, sir. I'm just trying to show how this, how this, where this fits.
That is all. The state consists of
Yes,
only a 3D vector, which gives the new position. Yeah.
Yes.
If you go to the previous picture,
Yes, sir.
all it does is it's the position. That's all. It's the state.
Yes, sir.
Which changes as a function of time.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm defining a trajectory. A trajectory is a function which takes in the time and returns the position of the model or the vehicle. So,
why an interval?
Hello, sir. Hello.
No. Why an interval? You said.
Yeah. Time t, not sir. At time start time.
Initial to infinity.
Yeah. Because this could be like hello, sir.
It returns a position. Okay.
Yes, sir. It returns a position, and U is the output of the neural network. I'll make U from the output of the neural network by multiplying it by M. So that's where it fits. And T is a multiple of tau.
No. U is the output of the
neural networks. It's a L into one vector. I'll be converting that to a 3 into 1 vector using a transform matrix that is of size M into L, 3 into L, sorry. So I get this U, and the dimension of this is 3 into 1. So technically, this is my this is my one position. I'll be adding some this thing, adding some direction to that. I am adding some position to that. For example, if this is 0, 0, 0, and my U is one, the dash 1 dash 1, and my time this is 1, I'll be adding 0, 0, 0. So I'll get a new position using this.
Hello.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I think I lost you there for a second.
No. I think we lost him.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Are you there?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I'm here. Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
yeah, now we can.
Okay. So this is the trajectory of the vehicle. So if you visualize the trajectory, it will look something like this. At tau 1, I'm at position this. At zeta 2, I'm at position this. At zeta 3, I'm at position this, something like this. So this is one trajectory of the vehicle. Now they reach avoid verification problem.
Yeah, because before you move to the verification problem, I still want to understand this. This thing is a transition system. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's transforming. You're at position 1, then you at what? This is 1, 2, 3, 5 are time, correct?
Yes, sir. Time. Yes, sir. Time.
Yeah. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is
This one.
probably the initial position.
Yes, sir.
Each time it is added. This is all vector addition, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And doing in T, you will go to
A
the
new
neural
position.
network will determine based
Yes, sir.
on the camera this thing. It will go to determine
Yeah.
the next,
next
position.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes,
that's how it is
Yes.
evolving.
Yes.
Yeah. It's only the position, but I guess the neural network
It's
sees
predicting
the camera image and then
Yes, sir.
determines how much it has to move by, in which direction.
Yeah.
Huh?
And I think this fact is something that should come at the very
Much
beginning of the
earlier.
presentation.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I think we will fix it. Okay, that's okay. Now, okay, go ahead. Now we get an idea. Yes, yeah.
Yes. So
This gives a clear idea of what decision the neural network is making. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And directing, it is using the input of the camera to make decisions about the direction in which it has to move. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then
Yes, sir.
giving each position, trying to do it. Fine. Yeah. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Now define your verification.
So the reach avoid verification problem states that given an autonomous vehicle B, so this is why, sir, I put this vehicle before this, because in the definition of the problem it was using this.
Yeah. Just to recall, C is the camera image output.
Yes, sir. N is the neural network.
Neural network. M
is the controller that L into
that somehow kind of implements the
Yes, sir.
motion.
Yes,
And capital T is the time, is it?
No, this is target region.
Target region, sir.
That kind of stays. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
So there is one initial region, which is a set of points from where we can start. There is one target region, T, is a set of points where my where my vehicle must stop. I mean, every trajectory which is coming out from my vehicle, which my neural network is giving, should end in this target region only. So I'll be verifying this one. So I'll be verifying that all trajectories starting from I are safe. Safe implies that all the trajectories end in this some point in T.
Which means go back to the previous this thing. Let's suppose here you define some target region.
Yes, sir. So
eventually it has to get to the target region. That's what it means. It doesn't matter. There's no obstruction or anything. Okay.
Yes.
No, there is a notion of collision.
Yeah,
right?
there
Yeah,
is
but
there
then
are
you haven't stated that in your verification problem as part of safety.
Yeah. That is, I think,
okay.
should be
Oh,
there, right?
yeah.
So when you say safe, I
Also,
mean, I don't know
yeah.
if you have it in the later slides, but when you say safe,
Yeah.
it should be
Sorry,
something like
sorry.
it reaches T and avoids collisions with
I
Yeah,
anything
think
in
yeah.
maybe
between.
you will define it in the next slide. So you're defining what is a safe trajectory. Okay.
So, sir, you are right. I forgot to say that, sir. Sorry. All trajectories must end in target region T. Also, they should not collide with any this E.
Um,
So
no, but what is I there?
initial region, sir.
I is a point in
Yes,
initial
sir.
position.
And
T, you said it's a region. Oh, it's a subset of R cubed. Okay,
yes,
set
sir.
of points.
Set of points.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, the initial one is also some region. Yeah, as
Yes,
long
sir.
as
Yes,
you
sir.
start from any point in that region, you have to go there. Okay, fine. Yeah.
So why doesn't enumerating all trajectories work? Because, for example, this I,
Um,
there can be infinitely many points in the initial region alone.
um,
Therefore, we cannot enumerate everything.
correct. Yeah.
So this is the naive approach and why it fails.
Mm.
So now assumption 3 will be, now this is the third set of assumptions. The assumption 1 is that the triangles, the obstacles, are defined after a certain z equals to something.
I'm sorry,
Like
did I miss assumption 1?
uh, is assumption 1 was like the no, sorry, you did not. I stated
No, you directly
Would
got
have,
assumption 3. What are assumption 1 and 2?
said I said assumption 2. Said
Oh, yeah,
this,
you did. Okay. And where
and
is
then
assumption 1?
said this. These are, I mean, trivial assumptions, but I labeled them assumptions 1, 2, and 3.
No, that is fine. Yeah, but in the context of the big picture that you wrote,
Yes, sir.
with the camera and everything, what does
Yes, sir.
assumption 1 mean?
I mean, these are assumptions which we are, I mean, for example,
Okay, I think
I'm,
go ahead. I'll let you go ahead and then, present it. Okay, so there was some assumption 2 and assumption 1 long ago. Okay, fine.
I mean, these are just, I mean, we are not working with a general case, sir, because working, for example, one assumption I made was that the camera doesn't rotate. So that is very crucial throughout this thing, whatever we are doing.
yeah. So I think we need to separate out some of the important and non-important assumptions, right? So, for example, assumption one is I think at a level of detail lower than what we need.
Yes, yes.
In the sense, more detailed than what we need. But assumption two is kind of important because that is a simplification they're doing to the vehicle dynamics model, really, right? When they're saying the camera doesn't rotate.
Yes, yes. So, I mean, I
Yeah,
just labeled them because these were
correct.
assumptions made in the paper. So now
Yeah, intuitively, what does assumption 2 mean?
that the camera doesn't rotate, sir. It's
Ah,
fixed to the z-axis. I mean, if I'll be rotating it, then it introduces one another level of
which
complexity to
means
this.
the kind of images it produces
Yeah.
will be some restriction on that. Huh? And
Yes,
assumption
yes.
3 is what?
And assumption 3 is this. I'm now defining assumption 3
Okay, go ahead.
that triangles start after a certain point in the 3D space that is parallel to xy plane. And the vehicle dynamic is progressive. And this is very important, which states that
Yeah,
at at each step, my vehicle moves by at least some position in z direction or negative z direction if we are considering the camera space, because the camera space, like I said before, is the z axis is flipped in camera space with respect to the world axis. So my z thing is always moving. So in this diagram, my z thing, if I consider this as the z plane, then it should always move at some point to the direction in the Z plane. I mean, outside the Z plane, away from the origin. It should do that.
So
Sir.
you have labeled it as Y though, right? Here.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'll have
Yeah,
to change
that maybe, yeah, you can just
Why?
go into Paint and just relabel it as Z.
Yes, sir.
Or
Yes, sir.
each time, but then what do you mean it has to move in the Z plane? We just come
In
down
Z
there
direction.
and then, huh?
Sir, in the Z direction.
Yeah, in the Z direction.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
eventually it has to move, but here in the Z direction, it has come down here, no?
Yeah. So this is a mistake, sir. I'll have to relabel them.
What?
I have to relabel them because this diagram, I didn't make that for assumption 3. This is a general diagram, sir.
Oh, I see. Oh,
For
so
example,
in 3 states, it should always move up in the Z direction.
yes, sir.
Assumption? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll
So
use
Z
this
is like
figure.
a forward direction, right?
Yes,
And what
sir.
we're saying is the car never moves back.
Yes, sir.
So if I understand correctly, the reason is
Yeah.
if we assume that the car moves back, then the transition system doesn't have any monotonicity, so these things become more complicated to
Yeah.
argue.
Also ignore the volume of the vacuum. Hello.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So now we'll be coming to invariant region.
No, but you never defined what safe is.
Sir,
You said you started out by saying that you will be.
yeah. I didn't write
What
it.
is safe?
Sir, so safe. Sir, so safe. Safe trajectory is a trajectory which is a. I mean, the trajectory is this. So for every point, for some point, this path which leads to some point in T, it shouldn't collide with any obstacle which comes in between.
But how do you define obstacle? The
Obstacle
define.
are triangles, sir. Vertices are obstacles. I mean, set of triangles I defined in the 3D scene E are the set of obstacles. I'll have to specify that there. Those are only those are my set of
So
obstacles.
in the 3D scene, there are some triangles at some position which are
yes, sir.
there's an obstacle. Is it?
Yes, sir. So if you recall, I defined my 3D scene as a set of vertices, a function which maps those vertices to colors, and a set of triangles, which is a tuple of 3 vertices.
Those triangles are
obstacles. Yes.
Obstacles. So I missed that. Okay, I missed that. Okay, that is there in the 3D scene,
Yes,
and which means how does hitting to an object mean? Okay, in this trajectory that you said that you showed.
Yes, sir.
What does hitting an object mean? Okay, show the trajectory.
So this is a trajectory. If this trajectory, the line, this line, if there exists some triangle which says that this line intersects that triangle, then that's unsafe.
In the 3D scene, if it's in that 3D position, if there is a triangle, then you have hit it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Proceed. Yeah.
So this is my problem statement. This assumptions. Now invariant region. So we are given a 3D scene E, a camera model, and a point P in the scene. P is the position of the camera. Then the set of points X in the world space is an invariant region around P. That is, I'm describing it as this. If P belongs to X, such that we have for every image, this thing is, it should be up. It's a IMG C and then this bracket E dash P E comma P dash. So on a high level, it just states that in the camera in the 3D scene, for example, if I have a P given a P, all other points such that the image generated at those points is same as image generated at P, then that P dash belongs to X.
No, I mean, what you want to say is that if P dash belongs to X, then the images should be the same, right?
Yeah. If P dash belongs to X, and then this is an if and only if condition. So,
right, okay.
So it doesn't matter.
Right, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get.
This is invariant over what? I mean, there is an invariant region.
Yes, sir. So invariant over the images produced. So images, for example, I am given a point here P dash. So this invariant, if this is the invariant region of P, so every point here will generate the same image as P only. So every point here P dash, which is not equals to P, will generate the same image as P.
Oh, so if in this region, every point, whenever you are in the trajectory, if you are in any one of these points, the image will be the same, huh?
Yes, yes.
This is that the camera produces will be the same. Is that
yes,
huh?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. This works because the canvas is a very low resolution image grid. So multiple points can map to a same pixel on that. That's why this works.
Yeah.
So this is this now.
I just have a question. I mean, did you mention why just enumerating trajectories itself is not good enough? As in, you had a slide with that question. I don't know if you went into that.
No, but I think his answer was that you can't do it because there are infinite regions, infinite points.
Correct. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I may have missed that. Sorry. Yeah.
He did say that, but
Yeah.
you have defined invariant.
Yes,
It'll be useful to how is this used? I guess
yes, sir.
so he's going to be using this somehow to verify safety. Correct?
Yes, sir.
You might worth mentioning that. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm very sorry,
I
sir.
mean, you
So,
should do that.
yes, sir.
You don't have to feel sorry. We are just trying to.
Because so for example, the points were infinite, but
Yeah.
here the invariant regions are finite. These will be finite, so I can then enumerate all these.
This is exactly how you can kind
Yes.
of cut down the infinite thing into.
Yeah.
So this is invariant. You exploit that in trying to do it. Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Yes.
I presume you're going to show how they do that. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So algorithm one does that.
Okay.
So I'll be defining a AB pixel torch.
But that is okay. Another question that I have is that is one point I wanted you to kind of make a note of when you describe. How did you come up with this invariant?
Sir, they might have thought of enumerating all trajectories first, but then they realized that it's infinite. So now they had to do something finitely, something right, which they can enumerate.
It means just like you have to, when you want to verify loop, you have to discover this loop invariant.
Yes, sir.
There is a little bit of cleverness there. Somehow they'll have to come up with this invariant region as well, right?
No. So the computing invariant region actually is not. I think you have slides on that later on, right?
Yeah. I have.
Okay. So it is doable in this context. You can do it.
Yes.
But there could be probably lots of different invariant regions, right?
Yeah. So when we said the invariant region, this is not a loop invariant. It's not an invariant over the closed loop. It's just that this is a place where the image is going to be the same.
Yeah. So it kind of, depending upon, it's a function of the input scene and the camera resolution, and then various positions. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So we
sort of
as long
splitting
as
the world into these kind of blocks where the images will be the same.
Will be the same. Okay. Yeah. But still, there is some pre-processing that you have to do to compute those things.
Yeah.
Okay. You will get to that later on. I think giving that context, Lucky, will be useful.
Yes, sir.
The audience to say why is it that you're doing it. Okay.
So now I'll be now I'll be defining a AB pixel torch. So this is necessary because using this only, I'll try to form the invariant regions. So, sir, AB pixel torch at P.
So now you're describing what? You started to describe how you will come up with invariant regions?
Yes, sir. So now I am trying to.
Okay. So let's see what the time is. Okay. It is 5:10. Okay, you only have 20 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Now, I mean, when are you going to show how you will be using the invariant to actually prove safety?
I mean, I think I should skip these. I'll skip
No,
these.
no. I'm not saying that you should skip or not. I'm saying it will come at the end, is it?
Yes, sir. Formulating this thing. Yes, sir.
So
This one.
in the
Simply checking
interest
algorithm.
of time, maybe we can go through we can look through the slides quickly and then suggest how maybe they need to be rearranged, because I don't think this will be done in the next 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Our safety checking
Yeah.
algorithm is coming much later on. Can you go
Right.
through this, just quickly iterate through these slides?
Yes, sir. So, I mean, I just added this for the benefit of the person whom I'm presenting. These are not necessary. So I'll be defining a pixel torch AB,
Right.
and then
And
I'll be
then,
pixel projection.
yeah,
I mean, this is a function, just a normal thing which projects this pixel onto the canvas. Any pixel, it projects onto the
so
canvas.
this is a repetition from before, right?
Yeah. So this is a repetition from before. So just for memorization. I mean, for recalling.
Good.
So now I'll be illustrating this invariant region. So technically, these all are just stuff I worked out. You don't need them. Uh, so this thing. So the important part is this square. Hello,
Yeah.
sir. So if a point V0 is given in the canvas, so and my camera position is here, I can move my camera position around this bound such that uh, V0 will be mapped to A0 B0 only. Hello.
Yeah.
So
So if you
so
move from this corner to that corner,
yeah.
you
The
can take a
V0.
big step. Nothing would have changed.
Yeah. Yes,
Huh?
sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So I am given a triangle. I'm assuming I'm working with only one triangle only for now. Then uh, my V0 I can move my camera position anywhere here, and my V0 will not change in the canvas. The pixel which it is projected to will not change. So I'll do this for similarly for V1 and V2, and then I'll find the intersection of those points, those regions in these X
Yeah.
region.
I think this is a good diagram, but see, the difficulty is you're doing a lot of calculation to come over here and then showing this in some sense, right?
Okay, yes, sir. So,
Yeah.
oh,
No, anyway, go ahead and show all the rest of your slides, and then maybe we can discuss what to cut down and how to present it.
then I mean, then I have this at z equals to L, z equals to, let's assume some z equals to x, not x, sorry, z equals to z only. I have this. I can move the this point a little further, and then I can do the similar things for this. So technically, this is the
Mhm.
I can get a 3D invariant region where I can move that
Correct.
point if I can just move my plane, the XY plane, a little bit forward.
So the triangle here means the
Sir.
obstruction, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So every object in my 3D scene is a triangle, obstacles included. Obstacles are only in my 3D scene.
Oh, some of those triangles are obstacles.
Yes, sir.
But how do you use the invariant region to check if that your trajectory, the next position in the trajectory, does not run into an obstruction?
What I do is that I group given a I group every given an initial position, initial region, I group them into invariant regions. Okay. And then I propagate those invariant regions using a same in controller matrix, because technically the output of the neural network technically no certainly the output of those output of the neural network on one invariant region will not change, because the image generated at all those positions are same, right?
Yeah.
So I can propagate them together, and I say that there are finitely many invariant regions. So and then I can make an algorithm out of that.
Okay.
So that's the use of invariant region here.
Yeah, that was a beautiful explanation.
Yeah.
You notice how much more like it was a much more higher level explanation than what you have in the slides itself, right?
Yeah, I wanted to add this because I thought people would like appreciate the
No,
The
no, no.
details that went into it, yeah.
No, no.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think there is a point in the place where you should add details. Okay. That is
Yes,
after
yes.
you give the kind of description that you just now gave. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that,
Because see, otherwise it's just details in the air, and I mean, yeah, and people, even if they appreciate, they will not be able to understand.
Okay.
yeah,
So
basically the propagation is here happening only over these invariant regions because you
yes,
know
sir.
that no matter what point you are within that invariant region, you're seeing the same camera image. So the DN's output is the same. Therefore, you can, if you analyze it over all invariant regions, your trajectories as you propagate over invariant regions, it's finite propagation, right?
Yes,
There's
sir.
only finitely many
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yes, sir.
So, but if it does hit, there will be some invariant region from which when you make a move, you will hit. Correct? So that's what.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. No worry. No
So
worry.
I mean,
So
I
I
can.
think. Yeah. Go ahead. Now, quickly go the next 10 minutes you have to show us all the slides. Okay.
And now that was only for one triangle. I'll be now generalizing it to multiple triangles.
Hmm.
So it, what I will do
But,
is
but
that
even if you don't generalize it, okay, this
yes, sir.
detail you can skip.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And show the algorithm now. Okay. Where you will be propagating over, check safety.
Yeah,
Good.
exactly.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
So now we are coming to safety checking algorithm.
No. I thought, where will the flow? Okay. Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
I'll
don't
be
have to
holding a
present it. I mean, just show the slides. We don't have,
okay.
I don't think we have time for like dry run sort of a thing anymore, right?
No, we don't know. We do not. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
what is
So
happening?
this is a good, very good flow chart, and then you'll give a high level description of the level of this flow chart, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think this is very good, but then you'll have to expand out what you mean by compute trajectory and then check
yes, sir.
safety and
Yes,
all
sir.
these boxes you'll have to.
No,
I do this.
go to the back thing. I mean, no, the flow chart. Where is where is the invariant region? IM is the invariant region?
Yes, sir. I in the first step I calculate the invariant decomposition D of R. I mean I
The
decompose
decomposition
the
of the R is the
current region.
current region. Okay. It's getting falling into place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and then IMR1, invariant decomposition, that is what IM is.
So R was the starting region, right?
Yes, sir. I'll do it from the start, but this is like for
Right.
general. I mean,
In general.
Sure.
Okay. If you're starting from an R region, this is what will happen. Yeah. You
yes,
decomposition and then you compute the trajectory from IM.
yes, sir. I mean, I am R1 and then V is the vehicle. I compute the next trajectory, sir, in the next time interval or the next time stamp. And then
So
I,
compute trajectory basically just simulates for one time step, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And H is the convex hull of the entire thing. And then R2 is the new invariant region. After I propagate everything from this to this, I mean, uh, by
What
the
is IM here? If R1, R2 are the invariant regions.
I am, sir, image.
Oh, the input image.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I did define them invariant decomposition D of R, but in the next slide.
Yeah, but the input image can change from one region to another, the next one.
Oh, no, sir.
That way you say U R2H.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the new image, the new invariant region and new position kind of a thing. Oh,
Yes, sir. H is convex hull.
convex
This,
hull. Yeah.
yes, sir.
Okay, you compute that, and
mm,
then if H intersects with E,
yes, sir.
what is E?
E is the set of triangles.
Oh, okay. That's the
Obstacles.
those are the obstacles. Then it's unsafe. If not,
Then
then
I check if there are some vertices. I mean, there are some trajectories which are not yet inside the target region.
hmm,
if there are such vertices, I'll do this step again. Otherwise, I'll return safe.
Okay, so there's a recursive call here, basically.
Recursive
Yes,
call.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this thing I didn't understand. If R2 minus P, okay, this is the target region.
Yes, sir. Target.
If R2,
Yeah, sir. So I'm subtracting
So if you do
everything.
one-step simulation and then
Yes,
the resulting region is any part of the resulting region is not already in the target region,
yes,
then we have to check safety from there again.
from there, yeah.
yes.
So it's like a DFS kind of
Yeah, it's a
That's
DFS.
right. That's right.
So,
As long as there is still some region which you have not explored in the target region, you continue, right?
Sir.
correct.
That's what you're doing it.
So,
Okay.
and
Good.
yes, sir.
Yeah, if D is empty, then you're done. Yes,
Yes,
safe.
sir.
Otherwise, if D is empty,
Oh, sir, this is technically the for loop
the
only.
decomposition of all the regions. Then you have to go to
Yeah.
region, next
sir.
immediate region to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. So this is
Okay.
the for loop. While making the flowchart, I did this because sir, I cannot write loops in flowcharts. That's why I did this.
Oh, this is not in the paper.
So, sir, I modified this so that
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
good.
so a lot of the things in the slides is actually reframings and rewritings of a lot of the equations in the paper. I mean, I think it's actually very well written in terms of the details. It's nearly impossible to present it given the time scale
That's right.
of the
That's right.
presentation.
There's a lot of detail here, but we should
Yeah,
the other picture and this one, we'll have to kind of position it correctly and then
correct.
view the details.
So I think maybe given that it's 10 minutes, let's just maybe discuss at least whatever we see so far in terms of,
Yeah.
So I think what you
that I wanted, Lucky. So you see, I have put you without actually, it's the first time we are listening to you. Okay.
yes, sir.
I have had one or two
One
meetings
session
with
with me.
Lucky before.
Now,
I mean, she had requested to meet on Saturday, but sorry, on Friday, but I was a bit under the weather on that day.
that's okay. That's okay. So you see, I always make backup plans. Okay. So first question that I'm asking is,
Yes, sir.
I have put you in for the final presentation, 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you think, I mean, after we discuss, you'll be able to do everything? Okay. Fix the thing and then be ready for a presentation by then.
Yeah, if you guys can give me instructions as soon as possible, I'll be able to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Then,
Hello.
yeah, I'm here. Okay,
Then
let's discuss the remaining.
Yeah, then maybe let's take 15, 20 minutes, and I just wanted to say a few things,
Yes.
if that's okay.
No, 15 to 20 minutes we have. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, after that, I'll also have to sort of leave, unfortunately. I'll be available after 8, like if you want to meet again. I don't know if it's okay with you also, sir. Maybe you can also
I
join our
don't
other.
need to be there, okay, because I
Right.
have something else.
Correct.
I mean, I'm meeting with from 5:30 to 7, meeting with Sai Shashank. Okay.
Correct.
After that, I think after 8 I might be available. But I have to check because there's so many things
Sure.
that I'm trying to do it. So because I have rearranged some of the people that I was supposed to be in the dry run.
Yeah. So I think we're also supposed to meet with Maya. So if Maya is not meeting today at 8,
yeah, okay.
then
That's what Maya was the one that
right.
So
then it might be possible for us to meet after 8 if you want, Lucky.
yeah.
But before that, even I think what I should think is, see, here you have a really nice. You should start with a loop picture. So go back to this place where you're showing the camera based loop kind of a thing.
Starting
Not the starting one. Go back.
That picture in that.
I don't have the slide numbers are not visible. So yeah, this one.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So right at the beginning, before you even situate things and before you even talk about the existing works and so on, just show this picture, because now people will
One
be
thing
clear
is,
what
you
you
can move the exist, all the related work. You don't even need to say it. Okay. I mean, if you want, you can punt it to the end. Okay.
I
Don't
see. Yeah.
stop.
I mean, I think the related works are kind of interesting in the sense of comparative, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, that is okay.
Um,
And also, you
yeah.
didn't spend much time, so that's okay. If you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you get into all the details of camera model, put this picture. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This
Yes,
picture needs to be there at the beginning, right? And
yes,
the
sir.
problem statement needs to be there at the beginning, right? So
Okay,
you
sir.
can put the related work somewhere. I mean, I would probably do it like this. I would show this picture, and then now we have a very clear idea of what we are doing, right? We
Yes,
have a 3D scene and there's a vehicle moving inside the 3D scene, right? I would even put another picture, the paper has got a few pictures of the actual 3D scenes, right?
yes, yes.
Just show that kind of a
Starts
picture
with
and say that,
this
look, this is the 3D scene we're talking about. The vehicle moves and this is what the vehicle does. It has got a camera, it takes a picture, and then the neural network decides what it needs to do, and the vehicle moves and takes a picture again, decides what it needs to do, and the vehicle moves again, right? So then
Yes, yes,
immediately at a high level, people are clear what we're talking about. And
yes,
then you can define the safety problem, right? Okay, now the
exactly
vehicle is
right.
moving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then you
yes,
show the trajectory. You can even, if you want, show that transition system that you had. Okay, I mean, I don't
right,
know.
right.
Yeah, go to the next slide. Yeah, yeah. You see, all
Yeah,
3 slides leading up to this point. You can
yes, sir.
directly
yeah,
show, and then safety. You had that next
correct.
slide, safety. Yeah, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
that's you could completely say that, and then have that slide which says, oh, we can enumerate all the trajectories, but
Yeah.
that is because you're starting from a region with the infinite number of points, and the target region has infinite number of points. How are you going to do it?
Yes, yes.
You could
yeah,
do
exactly.
that, and therefore then you say, if you, let's for a moment assume that there is a camera model, okay,
Yes.
and then show. I mean, I don't know, Diganta, I mean, I even say that the invariant region has to be defined. Okay.
No, so I think then what I mean, there's two ways in which I think it can be.
Okay.
One is we can upfront promise an invariant region, as in say that okay, somehow we'll come up with this invariant region, right?
Hmm.
And then directly go into the algorithms, right? But I think doing that would sort of skip over all the details of the rendering, which I don't know if it's a good idea, because
No.
I
At
think the
some
main
point you have
yeah.
to do the rendering. Okay. Because
Correct, correct. Because the main contribution is coming up with the imagery invent region, and that actually requires some of the rendering. So, what I would, I mean, maybe say is then immediately after that, just talk about the rendering process, but at a much higher level.
no,
So, what I mean by that specifically,
okay. So let
yeah,
me interject. I would at least
sure,
one algorithm, your flow chart, you put it right away. Okay. Even
Yes,
okay,
sir.
for the camera, because they will get an idea that you're dividing it into some kind of a region. Okay, they may not understand it.
okay, sure, sure, sure.
How much of the camera
Yeah,
detail?
that makes sense, I think.
Okay, now
I,
there are 3 algorithms that I presume you will be
yeah,
showing, right?
yes, yes,
Huh?
yes,
All
sir.
of them are at the level of the flow chart, or will they go into details of camera model thing?
No, sir. They are not that detailed because they are not that. Only that proof is the only detail I think in those algorithms, and that too
Yeah.
I have just
So I think the really
commented.
difficult part is the decomposition of into these
Yeah.
invent regions, right? And
Yes,
once
yes,
the decomposition is done, the algorithms themselves are simple BS kind of
But
over those regions.
in that step, the camera model details are only used
yes,
to
sir.
compute the
Images.
image remains
Yes,
the
sir.
same,
Yes,
but
sir.
I guess if the position changes, the rendering changes, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and how do I model the rendering? For each position. Okay,
Correct.
but we need the camera model. Okay,
Yes, sir.
then
Yeah.
you could introduce some camera model details, and then show the other 2 algorithms if you want. Okay, I mean, I don't know, in between showing one algorithm. That is one suggestion that I have. I mean, Ridhanta, you have.
Yeah, I think that actually makes a lot of sense. So basically, right in the beginning, so they promise that you can do this decomposition, right? when you say that okay, enumerating all trajectories doesn't work, and then you just promise a decomposition of your space into these invariant regions, and then based on that promise, give algorithm one in some detail, and now you can follow up with that promise by showing how that actual region is calculated, and then you can talk about algorithms 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, no, that you can do. But even this decomposition, do you have a slide to show how the decomposition is done?
No, I mean the decomposition is
Given, is it?
I have a slide. Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I think you already went over that, and yes.
So,
So it's basically just, you pick a point and then find the region, pick another point and then find the region.
Yeah,
Yes.
this you could have, even before the camera modeling. Why do you need the camera model here?
So because finding the region around the point. So for example, here the correct. So for example, solver generates a point P, and then R1 be the invariant region says that basically R1 is the invariant region around P, right?
yes.
Finding R1 is where the camera model comes into the picture.
Yeah, but then you could say that for that you need detail. I mean, you need to model the camera detail, and that is where.
Right. So black box here in the beginning. So just promise that somehow.
Yeah, and then you could do
Yeah,
that.
that can be done. That can be done. Yeah.
I mean, this IMGC is the only camera part here. Image
Correct.
generated
But
at
see,
random.
I think.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. But I think, see, a very high level intuition of this can be provided fairly simply. See, basically, what is the idea behind the invariant region? The idea is that if you move your camera very slightly, then because of these pixel torches, the camera, the image or the projection of the point does not move beyond a 1 pixel, right? So if you move your camera by a very slight amount, then really since the projection of the point does not move by more than 1 pixel width, then the actual image does not move at all, right?
Yes.
And I think that intuition can be communicated in 2 to 3 slides very succinctly, right? So what you can via a couple of diagrams, right? So what you can say simply is that look, here is how a camera works. We have this kind of a shape, we have a point, and you have this kind of projection going on, right? And then there are these pixels, and then we take a point in 3D space, project onto the canvas, and then we kind of the pixel that point belongs to is the what that will get later, right?
Yes.
And then you show that okay, now suppose I'm moving the camera by a very slight amount, then basically that's equivalent to moving the pixel moving the 3D point by a very small amount in the opposite direction, right? So if you were to do that, then as long as it's within the pixel torch, the actual pixel on the image does not change at all, right? So there will be some bounds within which if you move the camera, the point or the image does not change at all, right? So at least the image of this one point does not change at all, and then you can say that okay, you can do this for a triangle, and you can do this for a whole scene, and then you can say that the details of all this procedure is
okay,
skip for details. I mean, skip for time purposes, right?
Yes.
So just this intuition, I think you can produce, and then there is then even this promise that given P you can come up with R1, even that is intuitively clear. Like people are okay that okay, yeah, maybe there's some very high level geometric intuition that okay, this should be doable. Of course, it's like people might go, what about the equations? Will this even be linear? Like the fact that this is linear and the fact that you can solve a scale on this and so on is really the
yeah. But if you take this approach as suggested, does it even need to present the camera model?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. I mean, you're kind of borrowing the geometric intuition from the camera model, but you're not really presenting all the details, right? And I know that, I mean, it's really nice that you've written out all the details, and this is really interesting details. And I think if this is a flavor you're interested in, and there will be people who are interested in this flavor, right? But I don't know if these details, if you present it as the way that it will work out very well.
I would, if you have time at the end, which you may, okay, after you present algorithm 1, 2, 3, and all this thing is using this region, how you decompose, okay?
Yes, sir.
To this thing, that is the only place where it is used, right?
Yes, sir.
The camera.
I think I'll black box the entire rasterization process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You can just move those slides to the end, and if if people show interest, there can be a discussion afterwards, and you can then use those slides and show the
Yes,
details and
yes.
so on, right?
Mm.
See, basically,
yeah,
the presentation can go two ways. One is you keep presenting, and then you're not clear whether the audience are following, the audience are not clear what you're saying, right?
Mm.
And then you present, you end the presentation, and then nobody asks a question, no, there's no discussion, right?
Mm. Mm.
Compare that to, you show up some very nice pictures, in the back of your mind that you're presenting at a very high level and not really talking about all the details you want to. But then people come up with questions, and you have a discussion later on where people are willing to go into the details, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, it's typically the second situation is at least to me more interesting.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think so too.
yeah. And I know even when you present the camera modeling,
Yes, sir.
there's a little bit of higher level. You did completely bottom up, okay?
Hmm.
I think there is some, okay, what are the inputs and the output, okay? The output
Okay.
is like some kind of an image. The input is, there is a canvas and I think uh, there were lots, okay, and then there were various steps. Does each step produce something which feeds into the next step and so on? Is that how it happens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
image changes.
Yeah, if that is the case, then each of them is producing something which feeds into some step, which is represented by presumably that equation that you do. I mean, if you can organize it like that. No, I don't want to change because I don't know all the details. So you know better than the details because I've not read that paper at that level of detail. Okay. So in any case, you may not have as many slides depending upon the time that you have, you can present it at the end, okay? After
Yes.
there is questions is what I...
Yeah. Okay, sir. Also, sir, I think I'll be needing another day, sir. Can I present on 7th?
No, that's why I asked you this.
Yes.
So let me then, I think I can do it. That depends on if your friend Sai Sasank, who's still here, whom I'll be meeting later on. Sai Sasank, I mean, I know that we have never, I guess you can switch over.
Sorry, sir, what do you mean?
No. Okay. Can I stop? Can I share? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh, wait, sir.
Yeah, for a moment, I'm going to. Yeah, you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
So if you want another day, Lucky, you have to switch place with one of these. Okay, these RL1 I want to have in that order. So that you cannot switch. Either Kathakali or Sai Shashank. Abhinav, I've never heard from him. Okay. So if I don't hear from him by today, there's always you can replace him, and maybe I'll have to do Abhinav Sapra later on. Okay. So after I discuss with Sai Shashank today, depending upon how well he's prepared, one possibility is that you can switch with him, or I will always make you switch with Abhinav Sapra. Okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I will mute you. I mean, Kathakali, I mean, let her be there because we decided that we will give her one more day now. Diganta, that you will.
Yeah, I think so. I don't
Or
remember.
to do that, okay? Because let's not.
Kathakali, I don't know if we have spoken to. At least I haven't. But yeah, sure. That works. I mean,
She's
but
doing
since
exactly your work, okay? Abstraction via gradient descent.
yeah, I know, but I have spoken to her once, but then more recently I have not spoken to her.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I will decide who I'll switch. You will go in the afternoon session, replacing one of these three people. Lucky? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. Whether it will be Sai Shashank, Kathakali, I will decide after I review Sai Shashank's slides later. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what you can do is you incorporate all the modifications,
Yes, sir.
reorganization,
Yes.
and then you send it once.
Okay, sir.
Not going to be any more review. In your case, we will just review your slides and then we'll say, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Also, Diganta, are you free sometime after 8 or
Yeah, I think, I mean, depends on whether Maya will be available to meet or not. But potentially, I can also be free for both the like two meetings as well, like after 8. But it just depends how long the meeting with Maya might go. But yeah,
Yes.
I can be free. So when are you asking?
Anytime, whenever you are free.
Sure.
9
So
o'clock, after 9 o'clock. I mean, if Maya
yeah, maybe let's meet at
hasn't found, I mean, she doesn't improve other situation, I'm saying health, then you can do it 8:30 or you do later, no?
right. So
Yes,
maybe
sir.
let's just plan for 9 o'clock and just tentatively have it scheduled for 9 o'clock.
Okay,
If
sir.
that's yeah. If Maya says that she wants to meet sometime which intersects with that, then we might have to move this. But otherwise, um, but I think otherwise we're probably good for this meeting, right?
Yeah.
And if at all we don't end up meeting at 9 o'clock, we can meet tomorrow early morning or something. Yeah.
I mean, but that has to be between just you two. I can't participate. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Because tomorrow morning I have a few more dry runs, okay? And early in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
So
Sure.
that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because I have a good picture of what it is, and I think it can be fixed and then modified. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has.
Okay. Sure. So let's meet at 9. Lucky.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Lucky, I'll see you at 7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Not Lucky, not Lucky. Sai Shashank. Okay.
Yes, see you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye.